on stand-up tour. You can see all of my dates at KristinChirico.com. Also, my mailing list is there. That is how I know where to go. Sign up for the mailing list or else I can't come to your city. I love you.
Okay, wait. We wanted to kick this off because you had more to say about the GLP-1s.
I did. I have more to say about GLP-1s. I think I sent you like 4 paragraphs in the middle of the night because I was really mad. And that's when I'm in my maddest, at the middle of the night.
I had to tell you, I read this out loud to my dad, my mom, multiple people I know. Pop off, Queen. Go ahead.
Really? Okay. I think there is a weird trend of people announcing they're taking GLP-1s, thinking that it's some sort of brave choice. It's some sort of brave stance. And it's not. You take a blockbuster drug. You take a drug that like every fat person is currently being victimized. You think that's brave? Yeah, like I just, it is not brave to announce you're taking a GLP-1. Here's how not brave it is. Serena Williams got on a commercial and announced that she is taking a GLP-1. She is the most famous black athlete in the world. And she was fine. You think Serena Williams has more to risk than you do? Like, and I say black female athlete to underline the attendant risks that would be like in her particular realm of choices that are not necessarily in like some white person's realm of choices. I get really like, there's these people who are thin who get on the internet.
No, we were talking about this, that like, I sent you something recently about that. And I was like,
there are these people
this person's cooked, right?
There are these thin people. There's these thin people who don't have diabetes, who are not taking GLP-1s for some sort of indicated reason.
Yeah.
Who get on the internet and and just announce it like it's some sort of defiant decision. Oh, you're taking a GLP-1. Oh, you're doing the thing that every pharmaceutical company on earth wants you to do. Oh, you're doing the thing that is like you're taking the drug that is like, I'm not joking, a majority of the GDP of the country of Denmark. Like, you're taking one of the most popular drugs on the face of the planet right now. I think I need thin people to understand just how bad it has gotten for fats. It has gotten very bad. When fat people go to the doctor's office and they have concerns, GLP-1s are basically like they're thrown at you.
Yeah.
And like, I need people to understand how systemic fat phobia hurts fat people. Fat people die of cancer because they have complaints that are ignored. Like, it's not just like a cute, like, I want to be 20 pounds thinner. Like, it's actually like kind of serious for us. Yeah. Like, it's not like, I'm so happy for you that you feel closer to thinness.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like a brave thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Adhering to a white standard of beauty is not brave. How are you gonna get on the internet and be like, hey guys, my brand is diarrhea now. I'm a big brave girl who poops my pants. Follow me for my poopy pants journey. Like, if I woke up tomorrow and the best part of my personality was that I shit myself, I don't know what I would do, but I wouldn't want to continue living. I can tell you that. Like, here's what happens when you take a GLP-1. Either you shit all the time or you never shit. But I will say this, shitting becomes just a constant, like, news ticker running around in your background. It's like, have I shit today? Did I shit too much? Your brain is just like poop, 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 poop. Like that, your personality becomes poop.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also, too, it's like this idea that, like, I think to your point, too, about this idea of, like, thin people being praised for it.
Yes.
I think is so dangerous and problematic because it's not only harming fat people, but and like people who are struggling to get the medical attention that they need, but it's also contributing to the overwhelming fat phobia in society.
Of course.
And as a thin person, I think to your point, you brought this up, like not understanding the framework in which you operate in and contributing to that dialogue is so dangerous. And
that's the thing, like the individual choice to lose weight is not a moral failing. Any fat activist worth their salt will tell you this. It is not a moral failing to choose to lose weight. Pressure to lose weight is woven into the fabric of the air that we breathe. It is everywhere. Like it is embedded into every piece of sensory input that we are given. Fat phobia is truly intersectional in this way because it affects you on like every axis. It's a statement against, it's white supremacy. It's the patriarchy. It's ableism. It's like, honestly, anti-queerness. It's everything. We don't even understand, like, I mean, it's something I said last time where it's like, people don't think me talking about being fat is political. Like, that's how little they consider fatness to be a civil rights issue.
Right.
And so I think that like, if you are a person who like swims in this, who like lives in this environment where fat phobia is just in the air that you breathe, succumbing to it is a deeply relatable and a deeply human thing. We all do it. I do it. Everyone does it. Like you are not like a bad person for being a part of that. But when you see that and you turn it into an opportunity for personal branding, for making money, for exploiting others, for trying to sell people a life and a body that is not achievable for them, then that's a moral failing. That's when you become like a person who is dead behind the eyes. And like, if you are trying to make money off of fat phobia, you are choosing to take your one wild and precious life and commit it to the suffering of others. And I just think that's boring. I just think you're a hack. And here's the thing, the second you stop taking that poop medicine, all that weight's coming back. So good luck to you. Good luck taking the poop medicine for the rest of your life so you can maintain a slight chance to look as little like me as possible, you fucking hack.
Hack.
That's like, I have no patience for thin women who try to build a brand off of GLP-1s. Literally none. Because it tells me that like nothing else is interesting about you. Nothing else is interesting about you.
Nothing else is interesting about you.
Like, and because the thing is, I obviously take GLP-1s. I take Ozempic.
Yeah.
I take Ozempic, and I will be the first person to tell you that Ozempic is a great drug with regards to what it's supposed to do for me.
Yeah.
It manages my A1C. It manages like my cholesterol. My liver enzymes are down. Like it does like a lot of great things. And I think that like in that way, like I'm very happy with it, and I'm glad that I have access to medication that like really helps me like feel better and healthier in my body, and like that's a wonderful thing. I think if you're making money off of the ambient desire to be as little like me as possible, I don't really have much to say to you, because that tells me that like, I don't know, get a hobby.
Yeah.
It's like you want to spend your one wild and precious life being thin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hack.
I'm sorry.
No, I think it's important that you say this because I think this is a really nuanced point.
Yes.
That I think a lot of people have. I think in a time where society is incredibly black and white and online discourse is incredibly black and white and it's good and bad, good and evil, this is something that I think has a lot of layers to it in terms of who it's affecting, how people who are participating within a framework that they're not necessarily understanding the ramifications of that.
There'll be thin. I'm sure there'll be thin people who will be like, but I'm also taking it for my health. And it's just like,
no, you're not.
Maybe. You know what? Here's the thing. I'll grant you that. Okay. You're taking it for your health. Sure. It's not like you have like a disease you're taking it for, but you're sort of taking it for the vague, I'm 20 to 30 pounds heavier than I would like to be.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Here's my question. If this drug starts giving you new health problems, if it starts giving you side effects that affect your health, are you going to stop taking it?
Yeah.
Because if the answer is no, I don't think you were very sincere about the first thing.
Yeah.
Building your brand around taking a GLP-1, I think, is an intellectual failing. I think it's basically just announcing to everyone, I'm a big dumb bag of rocks who doesn't have any sort of situational awareness and doesn't really think about how my choices impact people around them.
And I don't have anything else to talk about.
And I don't have anything else to talk about. And like, it just, the reason why I get so angry about this is that this affects people like me who live in bodies that I do. And I think that, it's really hard for people like me who live in bodies that I do to get on the internet and be this angry about it because people will just yell at me back.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Because like, if I'm not fighting for us, who's fighting for us,
Right.
It's like, girl, get up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that a lot, but yeah.
I think you're right.
That's my rant.
You're right. And I'm glad you do. And I'm glad you talk about it because I think it's really important. I also just think too, like somebody, when you operate in a thin body and like you make your brand anything about your body, like you're inherently boring.
Yeah.
Like, and Like,
yeah. I just like the thing is like I think there are people who are like I'm a fitness person. I should say
I find fitness people boring.
that's fine. Listen, but here's the thing: there are fat fitness people. Like there are fat.
But that's different.
There are fat people who do like yoga, who are like yoga influencers.
Yes, and again, that's about representation. That's
true.
about saying having a body that isn't within the quote fitness
actually,
mold.
you're right.
You know,
I got schooled on that.
Like that, absolutely. That is interesting. You are inherently operating within a system that has friction in it, and you are fighting it by your very existence.
Yeah.
That in and of itself is fascinating.
Yeah.
You continuing to get up, create content, and be in that space, you have something to say, and I want to listen because it's different. If you are your run-of-the-mill, sorry to say it, white, blonde, Anglo-looking girl doing yoga and Pilates, I don't really give a fuck about your story.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't relate to you. I don't believe you have problems.
Oof. This statement said by Jesse are not necessarily so co-signed by Kristin. I think that like all women do suffer under the patriarchy.
I agree with that.
Some women suffer less than other women.
That's my point.
And I think that like, yes, there we go. I summed it up. I fixed it.
Yes.
Because I was just like, I'm not going to say that there are women who like don't have, because like we all suffer under the patriarchy. But yeah, like there are some of us who are suffering like a little bit less. There's been like the reason why I bring this up is because there's been kind of like a spate of opinion pieces written lately from either ex-fats or people ex-fat. Listen, there is no one more fatphobic than an ex-fat. I don't know what happened. There's something about ex-fats where it's just like, okay, wow, you really don't like your hometown, do you?
Yeah. You really don't like it.
You never want to come home again.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're gonna get you back.
Yeah.
But like, there's been like a spate of opinion pieces written by like either fat people who are like, I'm losing weight, and my whole audience is mad at me, and it's just like, well, I mean, audiences are allowed to like or dislike anything they want. Like, you don't own an audience.
Yeah.
Like,
and you don't own their opinions.
You don't own their opinion of you. You don't own their opinion of you. And I think that like
and they don't owe you shit.
Like, you need to understand that like it's really, really, because it's so funny because I take Ozempic, and every time I tell a doctor that, the first question they ask is, how much weight have you lost? And I always say the true answer, which is 15 pounds. And they're like, wow, how long have you been on it? And then I say 3 years. 3 years. Because I can't stress this enough. Fat bodies want to remain fat bodies. You know what's so wild is I was with Anastasia in Plano, and we went to get barbecue, and I got like some ribs, and I ate like maybe half of one rib, and she was like, is something wrong with the ribs? And I was like, no, girl, like my stomach just gets full really fast. Mm-hmm. And she was like kind of blown away a little bit. And I was like, you're going to follow me around. You're going to be shocked at how little I eat. And you're going to be like really confused about the incongruence between what I look like and what I eat. Fat bodies desperately want to remain fat bodies. They will change. They will slow down within an inch of their life to remain fat bodies. And like, I think that like, until that's common knowledge amongst like most people, we are going to have a lot of these same problems.
Yeah.
You know, I think that like I will scream this into the void forever, and I don't care who yells at me, because like I am not a community member who's just going to lay down and die. So
yeah, I mean, I was looking before we go into the next topic. I did want to, I mean, just to touch on this, like, I mean, from our last conversation, I started to read more about like fearing the black body.
Yes.
And there was a 2020 NPR article,
Mm-hmm.
Interview. It was like short form wave, something with the author
Yes.
of that. And the author was discussing how, you know, the BMI index, is based off white bodies.
It's also based off mass populations.
Right.
It was invented by, I want to say, a Polish woman to evaluate a lot of bodies at once.
Yeah, and that there are a lot of studies that show that like black bodies who are at a heavier weight are actually healthier, and that there's numerous amount of literature and science based off that. But the BMI index
is racist. Yes.
And I think that kind of ties into the point that you were saying, that like what you might look at and perceive as quote unhealthy actually might be healthy for some people's bodies.
Yeah. And also it's like, I mean, I'm a very radical fat activist. So I will go one step further and say like health is not a prerequisite for respect.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, you're saying of course. You're saying of course. But people don't, and I think people don't understand like what respect is.
Okay.
People think that like when I say like health is not a prerequisite for respect, they don't understand that what that means is that you don't get to constantly inquire about the health of someone's body. You don't get to constantly question the health of someone's body. You don't get to judge people or treat them differently because of the health of someone's body.
That's an insane thing that isn't, that to me, that just like, how is that not, I mean, that's duh, right? Like.
Listen.
Is it because I'm a woman?
Your duh is another person. Okay.
Those are the sirens in my brain.
Your duh is people, because people are just like, okay, but like, I can't tell you how many times like you'll see on Twitter, someone will be like, my friend is fat, but I want to tell them, I don't know how to talk to them about it.
That's so inappropriate.
And it's just like, you don't, the end. I fixed that.
I just don't. I guess to me, it just seems like that just seems like such common not like that's just so inappropriate to ask somebody.
You don't, and then people are like, "But I really care about them, and I really want them to." You don't. I don't know what it's like. It's people don't understand what respect is. Respect is not paternalism. It's not treating fat people like they're children.
Yeah.
Who are out of control.
Yeah. I mean, again, to me, it just it. I mean, maybe I grew up.
You're around me a lot too, where I'm just kind of like, and another thing.
But no, but I mean, even before we started, I mean, to me, this is not something that feels radical to me.
Well, it's because you're an empathetic person.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
maybe that's
you're
what
an
it
empathetic
is.
person.
Maybe because I have baseline empathy.
You have empathy. I worry about being a good fat activist. There are times where I'm like, I'm a bad fat activist because like I do still stress about like looking fat on camera. That is the thing I stress about a lot because I know.
I mean, again, like you just said a few minutes ago, you operate within a system that is inherently forcing you to deal with this.
I know.
Constantly.
But the microplastics are telling me.
Right.
Okay? The microplastics have convinced me that I need to keep myself safe, all right?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it boggles my mind how people would even begin to think that that's their place.
Sometimes people will ask me, like one of the most insulting questions that's kind of like quietly insulting that people will ask me is like, where do you get your confidence? Like, how do you get your confidence, girl? And it's like, the thing I always tell people is I don't. I actually deeply dislike myself. I actually have a lot of neuroses. I'm very anxious. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. I think that my body is a thing that like ultimately holds me back career-wise. I believe all these things. I do not prioritize them, and that is the difference. I do not let them get in the way of doing things I want to do. I do not make my fear and my personal dislike of myself a priority in my life. And that is a difference. I do, the microplastics are winning.
Right.
In a sense that like, I feel a certain way about myself, but they are losing with regards to their agenda.
Right. Right. I mean, I think standing out within a system is the most interesting you can do.
I agree.
I think in an age, we operate within a society that is so homogenous and is telling us to fit in constantly that I think I have always been attracted to people who are different.
Oh my God, thank you.
Because to me, I think that's the most punk, subversive shit you can do. Wow,
this is a really like roundabout way to tell me you have feelings for me.
You're right. Breaking news, babe.
The episode where Jesse comes out. Okay, all right. I'm gonna preamble this because I think I got a lot of my feelings about this out on my little mental health walk.
I'm sweating.
And so I'm not gonna do too much because to be really, here's the thing. I try not to talk about too much BuzzFeed stuff because honestly, I want to write a book someday. And I don't want to give it away for free. But unfortunately, every so often, Ned Fulmer will do something so funny that it's like, oh, okay, so he's gonna be this funny, and I can't publicly enjoy it. That's not fair.
No,
that's not fair to Kristin. Like people forget, like he was my annoying coworker too. Like I get to dance on his grave a little bit. Like I think,
and we should preface it. I have done a brand deal with Feeld, so sorry guys, but.
Well, I mean, it's not that. Listen, this is not Field's fault.
No, it's not Field's fault. I just needed to say that.
I should say what we're talking. But like the thing is when I saw this, I was like, you know what? I could be the bigger person, but unfortunately, I'm the biggest person there is. So.
Also, it's got 10 million views. But,
I know. Okay, so to preface what we're talking about, I feel like if you're watching this, you know who Ned Fulmer is. I don't need to explain who Ned Fulmer is.
Yeah.
Ned Fulmer is a man who's many years ago was in the right place at the right time and fell into just a Ned Fulmer shaped hole and won the lottery and won a life that a majority of people spend their entire lives dreaming of and never get. And then he shat all over it. And now he's trying to get it back and is failing. And that's kind of the summary. I think that's a pretty honestly objective summary of what's happening. I think like the thing that I always like to say is like, listen, I'm not always like to say because I've never talked about this publicly before, but it's like I feel comfortable talking about this now because I think the work speaks for itself with regards to who he is.
Yeah.
I don't have to, this isn't me breaking any news.
No,
okay.
no.
It's out there.
Yeah.
I'm just commenting on it.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. So Ned Fulmer had a Feeld profile. His Feeld, the dating app.
The dating
app. For kink stuff. Is that what it is?
Okay. Yeah, it's like your date is your true self. You can have your sexual desires on there. You match with people. Like you basically can kind of get like a real inside look into what somebody likes in the bedroom just off the bat on their profile.
Is this branded too?
No, it isn't, but I love the app.
Okay, great. Yeah, great. So that's so Ned has a Feeld profile.
Yeah, I met Mr. Gooch on there.
I don't want to talk about Mr. Gooch. So Ned's Feeld profile, I want to say linked. It like leaked.
Leaked. Somebody leaked it. Yeah.
It leaked on Reddit or something, or somewhere small. And Ned, because apparently when he got kicked out of the Try Guys, they just repossessed all of his internet knowledge too.
Yeah.
Ned and all of his intelligence was just like, well, I got to get ahead of this. It's like, what are you getting ahead of? It's like dragging a body through the street and being like, I gotta get ahead of this. It's like, sir, leave the body at home.
Yeah.
No one was gonna know.
Yeah. Like, no one knew you killed
No one knew you killed someone.
Yeah.
It's just like, so he was like, I gotta get ahead of this, and he posted his Feeld profile screenshots on his Twitter, with like I guess some attempt at self-effacing commentary that just kind of.
Yeah, it was a comment.
Weird.
Let's rate these photos. Cute smile. I like the dog. Bio could be better, but it's not that deep. Overall, 7 out of 10.
Well, we have to talk about the profile first.
The profile sent me to the moon.
So first of all, he goes under Edward.
Is that his name?
Well, I guess Ned is short for Edward.
Is it? I guess.
I honestly had never thought about it before.
Yeah, I hadn't either. Usually, typically, you're supposed to use like a fake name. On
okay,
here
so that's why I didn't know that.
Because if it were to be leaked, like you would have Dom leaning switch looking for bratty sub.
That's his headline, by the way.
Yeah. It's
Dom leaning switch looking for a bratty son. So, sir, you have children. And like, okay, I should say before we talk about this is not a statement on anyone's sexual proclivities, because I think that like obviously I'm. Okay, for me, it's not a statement on people's sexual proclivities. I'm a very sex positive person. I don't feel.
I am too, but not with him.
Well, yeah, obviously, no shit. But like, so it's honestly when I'm laughing at this, it's less from the content of the profile perspective as it is the I thought this would maybe people will like me now perspective of like absolute. I mean. I knew I wasn't going to talk about this, but I feel like I am now because I feel like I don't ever want to make fun of someone for what they like sexually. I just want to make fun of someone because they didn't understand when they won the lottery that it was luck and not talent. Like
if anybody else had this in their bio, I wouldn't care, but because it's him, it's funny.
What's so funny about Ned is that Ned is like I think the first white man to ever get like permanently canceled.
It is interesting.
And I thought about that a lot. It was just because I'm like, how did this happen? Because like white men don't really get, I mean, yeah, like obviously they see
whatever,
they see consequences and like, you know, they obviously, but like they still get to perform, they make money to like Louis C.K. still freaking tours, which is whatever. But like, you know, so in my mind, I'm like, why is it that this particular white man, who like, you know, was caught in a scandal that like wasn't a crime.
No, it was just like a shitty moral failing.
Yeah, and like an ethical failing.
Yeah.
You know, but like not illegal.
No.
You know, some
consenting adults, you know.
Yeah, but like more to be clear. Well, okay, I don't want to talk about stuff that we're going to cut, but like I think that like it is interesting to look at him and be like, how is it that this man got permanently canceled?
Yeah.
And I think and this is so, I think it's because he just isn't talented. I think the issue is that he just isn't talented.
Yeah, there was nothing that people could like really back and be like, but this.
No, and that's I think like I've thought a lot about this because it is fascinating to me. And it's like the thing is like the other 3 Try Guys, like no one on earth can or should say they aren't talented. They are absolutely talented.
Yeah.
Like there's numbers you can point to that.
Yeah.
Like they
Quantifiably.
Yeah, quantifiably. Like they are talented. They have built like you can't build a business like that unless you're talented. Like, you know, you can't maintain a business like that unless you're talented. Like that is honestly like it's my opinion, but even if it wasn't my opinion, it's still the correct opinion.
Yeah. Measurably.
Yeah. This man is discovering in real time that he isn't talented, and it is a fascinating thing to watch.
The part that sent me though, I have to say, I'm single and live alone in a gorgeous house in Silver Lake. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to see it someday. Sir, you live alone in that house in Silver Lake because you cheated on your wife and it was publicly outed. Why would you point to that in the bio?
Just no instincts.
Zero.
Just no instincts. Like
Zero.
This man landed on third, thought he hit a triple, and then ran backwards. Like
why would you point to the thing? Why would you point? You hinted at the cancellation.
Zero instincts. Like I just am like, sir, because here's the thing: the people at BuzzFeed, like BuzzFeed was like, in my opinion, like one of the greatest collection of like internet minds ever. Like these are people who were deeply smart, had great instincts, understood like why the internet works,
and I think also too a facet of instincts too. It wasn't just content creator; it was PR, it was crisis comms,
absolutely. Like also just a very large repository of internet knowledge, and a very large repository of like good instincts of how to make internet content, and like. I will say this of any ex-BuzzFeed person, you should hire them because like they are the smartest people I know, for sure. 100% of the time, well, 99.99999% of the time. There is one guy you shouldn't hire, and it's apparently the one guy who didn't learn anything.
It's apparently the one guy living alone in Silver Lake in a gorgeous house.
Every choice he makes, I'm just kind of like, so you just don't know anything about this, right?
You got lucky.
I mean, it's so...
You got lucky to a degree that like...
When I say he was there at the right place, at the right time, on the right day, I am not exaggerating.
Yeah.
And I think it's bearing out because it's like only an absolute doofus doesn't understand the Streisand principle. Like, like no one would have known about this, dude.
No one
would have known about this. And instead, because like it's like people's responses to this are very just like, do you have like a humiliation kink? Like, what's going on?
Honestly, that might be it.
It's like, and a part of me is like, am I participating in the perversion?
Yeah, a little bit. He said leaning switch. And he likes a brat. As a self-proclaimed brat, but you can check out my Field profile.
And the thing is his Field profile, I think like is not. It's like it's whatever. It's not. I don't think it's particularly inflammatory or weird.
No,
or
he's got a hidden bio. I'd be curious to see what that says. It's probably equally as nothing burger.
Sure, it's like it's totally whatever, and it's totally like not a thing. It's just, I think like I'm constantly impressed at his ability to absolutely misread the room.
Yeah.
And
his lack of self-awareness is, I think that might be his gift.
I don't think it is a gift because it's not turning into anything.
No, it's not turning into anything, but I think like that level of self-awareness might actually be his biggest, his brightest shining thing.
I mean, the thing is like
he should get into clown.
No. No, we're not doing that to clowns. Leave clowns alone. I do have to tell you something about this. So I was struggling. Last year I was struggling for a period where I was really having a hard time getting out of bed. Like really had like just psychologically, mentally. And
did you sign up for clown?
No.
Oh.
And Bree came into the bedroom one day and it was like noon and I was like really just I just couldn't do it. I just was like I just kind of wanted to die. Like I wasn't feeling well. And Bree came up to me and she like literally lifted me by the chin and she said, "Kristin, at least you're not Ned Fulmer." And I laughed. At the time I laughed. It made me laugh. It made me laugh. But the thing is, the thing is that it kind of became like a little bit of a mantra for me.
Yeah.
Is that it kind of was like, you know, it's honestly like I look at this man who had everything and threw it away and now doesn't have talent to build it back up. On my worst day, I still have my mind. I still have my little microplastics.
Yeah.
Okay. I still have my like point of view and personality. Those are all things that are mine that cannot be taken away from me.
I also think too, this is a testament to something I've said to you and I've said to many of our friends.
Yeah.
You on your worst day is still better than 90% of the population on their best.
That's really sweet. But
no, but it's true. As
Thank you.
maybe not the population, but like as artists.
that's really sweet.
But it's true.
I know. But
it is true.
But it's like, but I think like it was like, you know, because there are some times where I'm just like, man, I really wish I could be a white guy. Because like, what a life. Like, what a life. And it's like, sometimes I think it's really helpful to have the perspective that it's like, actually, there's one white guy you kind of don't want to be.
And it's this actually, there might be two, which brings us to our next point.
Oh. What a transition.
There might be
Perfect.
two.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I gave you homework this week.
I did.
And
you did.
I needed you to learn about this guy Clavicular. I made you read this article in The Guardian about last week we talked about chudmaxxing.
This man, I every sentence of this Guardian article was a car crash.
It was the craziest.
Every sentence of this was a car crash. I was just like, what do you mean he did that?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Not only is he...
Okay, we should summarize who Clavicular is.
Clavicular is this alt-right manosphere 20-year-old influencer who got famous for his, quote, looksmaxxing, which is basically his, like, for lack of a better term, like, self-care regimen, which spans from breaking the bones in his face with a hammer to get a better jawline, buying testosterone and steroids online, and smoking crystal meth to lose weight.
I think he's jail maxing is what I think.
This guy is a fever dream of a human.
Hospital maxing.
He's hospital maxing. He's the internet's most famous looks maxer. His name is Braden Peters.
Wait, there's more than one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's like, he's the internet's most famous looks maxer. Why can't we just say people are hot anymore? That's like...
Well, because that's the thing. He wasn't to begin with, but he according to him, broke the bones in his face and started smoking crystal meth, and now has, quote, ascended. He's the internet's most famous looks maxer. Peters came to prominence last year on a streaming platform, Kick, like Twitch, but more laissez-faire with content moderation.
Oh my God, more than Twitch?
Yeah, crazy. Where he is now nearly 180,000 followers. That's dwarfed by his audience on TikTok, which is at the time of this writing more than 760,000 followers. Clavicular's niche is looks maxing, a practice of physical self-optimization, increasingly popular amongst young men. His screen name refers to the collarbone, which is prized within that online community. Having achieved a disquieting transformation himself, Peters first gained a following for posting about the process behind his hard-won face and physique and the rewards he has allegedly reaped with women.
Okay, I'm going to say this just off the jump. This type of shit is going to keep happening until we destroy capitalism.
Wow. Okay, let's go.
This type of shit is going to keep happening because, like, what's happening is these young men who are prisoners of capitalism and a system that won't allow them to live like happy lives because like they insist on taking money from everybody. Yeah. So instead, they're.
I also think to a level of internalized homophobia as well.
Oh, for sure, homophobia. I mean, yes, it's all
part of the same.
It's all together.
Yes.
But this is basically like the only way they can think to advance is by making themselves.
We were talking about this.
This is
it because they can't make it within a capitalist society.
No, and so they're trying to like basically try to create any sort of situation for themselves that they think will work.
Yeah.
So like this, we're gonna keep hitting ourselves with hammers until until capitalism dies. Okay. The hammer assaults will continue.
We're gonna keep breaking the bones in our faces.
Like it's like how many times will methamphetamine methamphetamine come up in the context of capitalism destroying everything? Because it's been a theme in popular culture for like 15 years now. Like, I want to like shake this in Jeff Bezos' face and be like, your jaw's next, bitch.
He'll be like, no, look at Lauren.
Clavicular. There's a sentence in here that honestly I read that I was just like, here we go. Okay. This is what it was. Born Braden Peters, Clavicular is a manosphere-adjacent influencer who has recently broken containment for a string of high-profile controversies, including live streaming himself apparently running over a pedestrian with his Tesla Cybertruck. What?
That's the first sentence of the second paragraph.
What? But what? Like, was he trying to looksmax someone else?
Evidently, if you read through this, it's like very hard to, the journalist was trying to verify whether or not that happened or if it was a stunt, and no one seems to have any information.
That's the other thing. Is it like, I would say with all of this, like reporting this without like, it's like, we don't actually know if he smokes meth.
No, he does. Of course.
Has he done it on camera?
He hasn't done it on camera, but he claims. This is my favorite line, though.
He claims does not mean he does it.
This is my favorite line, though.
What?
By his own account, he is infertile. As a result of years of steroid abuse and uses methamphetamine to suppress his appetite. It's really not as bad as people think, he told another Kick streamer last October. By his own account is infertile. I read that line 700 times.
According to the New York Times, Peters began looksmaxxing at 14. Where are your parents?
Read it.
Where?
Okay,
his parents gave up trying to intervene, he said, when he realized, quote unquote, there was nothing they could do to stop my ascension. Do you think that was like for like the parents of Jesus? Do you think Jesus' parents are just like, well, there's nothing we can do to stop the ascension.
Yeah.
Might as well just let that guy hang out with some wood and some nails until it finally comes back to bite him in the hands.
But at least his jawline looks great.
His jawline looks fucking sick. I mean,
on that cross, he's looking svelte.
Have you ever seen an ugly Jesus? No, exactly. Jesus has to be hot, canonically.
The other part that also sent me was, okay, wait. Scroll down.
Are we gonna get like inundated by like people who follow him?
No.
I'm so afraid.
No, we have 17% male audience, and I'm pretty sure no, it's all women. Where's the part where he talks about JD Vance? Oh, here we go.
Okay, this guy is a Nazi. To be clear, this guy, I should say up top, this guy's 100% a Nazi.
Yes, 100%.
He's a Nazi.
Yeah, he's 100% Nazi.
I mean, I feel like you probably could have inferred that,
yeah.
But I want to be clear, he's a Nazi.
Yeah. This is the part, though, that made me laugh so hard. On the political commentary Michael Knowles' podcast, Clavicular said he would vote for Democrat Gavin Newsom over U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance because the latter was ugly or subhuman with a recessed side profile. In the same interview, Peters described actress Sydney Sweeney as malformed with eyes of doom.
Okay, listen, Sydney Sweeney may not be very smart, but like you can't say she's not hot. Like that's just, your eyes don't work. Because of the meth. Because of the meth. This man is like, okay, this is a performance. This man is doing.
What if he's like what if he comes out in like 5 years and he's like, oh, this was all a perforance piece. And
yeah,
like,
obviously.
I'm actually like,
this man is doing performance art and the Guardian is just sort of eating it up.
Yeah.
First of all, I think when someone tells you I do something and you don't have a source to back that up, I don't know if that's journalism.
Yeah.
I don't think that's journalism. I think that like you can say like he claims this, but you need to be like, this is not verified. Like,
Clavicular, we need to see you on Kick smoking crystal meth.
Don't talk to him. This is like Beetlejuice. He's gonna show up. We've already said the word clavicular too many times. He's in our walls.
There was a point where there was an interview where somebody asked him, they were like on one of the Manosphere pods, they were like, so, you know, how, like, do you think sex is like an enjoyable experience for the women that you have sex with? And he's like, oh no, it's over in like 90 seconds.
What?
It's like, why would you admit that? There's a video of you admitting that you are not good in bed. Is this performance art?
Like the ubiquitous 6'7" meme, the lingo is deliberately obscured to exclude normies, but it has increasingly been catching on, even in spheres that you'd really rather were more discerning. Last month, the U.S. government's Department of War tweeted, quote unquote, low cortisol, locked in, lethality maxing.
We're so cooked. We are cooked.
I think women are more attractive than men.
Absolutely not, because when we look at women, we're looking at the most put together, frauded versions of themselves. But with men, it's natural, unchanged beauty that can't be frauded because it's a bone-related thing.
If you think men are more attractive than women, well, let me hold your hand when I say this. You love that natural male beauty, huh? The call is coming from inside the closet. The black pill movement has gone so far that these men are literally just proud homosexuals to prove their heterosexuality. They entered the phone booth to change into Superman and ended up coming out Super Manderson Cooper. Women are the most put together, frauded versions of themselves, says the guy who champions the looksmaxxing movement by smashing his face and regularly taking testosterone, minoxidil, and crystal meth.
I use crystal meth as a stimulant and to lean max. It's much more mild than Adderall, actually, and I'm pretty much using meth for hollow cheeks.
Says the guy getting double jaw surgery. Says the guy who wants to spend $100,000 to break both of his legs to gain 3 inches of height. The irony here is right there, my boy. If it had teeth, it would bite you. You can't be that insecure and try to preach about security. It's like the Louvre starting a podcast about how to protect your diamonds from being stolen. And for the record, men also have beauty standards and groom to meet them. I have to shave every day and line up my beard, put product in my hair, put on my jewelry, microdose crystal meth. Do you think I just whipped this handsome naturally? You think I just roll out of bed? You think I just came out of the womb of my mother and just was this handsome? I mean, yes. With the exception of me, men are not more attractive than women to me because I'm heterosexual, right?
It is eating it's eating its tail. It's eating itself because it's just like you're basically creating a man. You're like, first of all, this is drag, okay? This is basically drag at this point. Like, you're doing drag. This is high camp, high like homoerotic.
Which, by the way, fine. Be queer.
Do people think this is serious?
Yes.
Do people take this seriously?
What's even more dangerous is that young men are following him. Young men, in this article you'll read, young men are paying him thousands of dollars to teach them how to achieve these beauty standards.
Well, it seems like there's only one step, and it's hammer. I mean, it's like, I don't know how.
And order testosterone and crystal meth. I mean,
that took 3 seconds.
We're at a point, it's eating itself at this point. As a woman who has long said that she is into men who are, a little bit, who are not the clavicular type, let's just say. I would much rather you be more queer-coded, if you will, or just straight up queer, than do this. I don't find this attractive.
Well, no. I mean, of course, it isn't meant for you.
It's not meant for me.
It's not meant for you.
That's the thing.
It's not meant for you.
It's not meant for me.
It's not meant for you. It's like this is a response. This is a trauma response.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
We are watching a child's trauma response to the society.
His parents not stopping his ascension.
If this was a man who just came like this, who was normal and lived next door to me, I would be like, wow, this man's so beautiful. I love him so much. But because he is, the microplastics are winning a little bit too much in his head. I think everything is sort of a constant war against the microplastics, and the important thing is to not let them win.
I'm Kalyn. We have my best friend from college, Kalyn, in the studio. If you're an OG schoolie who's been watching from the start, you are very familiar with Kalyn and her lore. Now that we have Nikki and Kristin in the studio, I figured I would open the floor to give them the opportunity to ask some really roast-worthy, embarrassing moments for me, and let Kalyn kind of just answer. So
okay, I love this. Okay, what is the most embarrassing thing you know about Jesse that you wish you didn't?
There's a lot. There was one time when we were in college. I don't know who Jesse was dating at the time, but
is this the playlist?
This is about the playlist. she was doing the naughty, and everybody in the house could hear, and all we can hear in the background is "Bang Bang Gorilla" by Bruno Mars.
Because I put on I just looked up an Apple Music sex playlist, And I put it on, and it was like the most horrendous playlist of like literal just songs talking about sex. So it was like Bruno Mars, Bang Bang Gorilla.
Was this like when I like went to that like one little hotel restaurant in Pittsburgh and started ambiently singing "Slut Me Out" and I had to leave?
Yeah. Or it was just like, I'll catch a grenade for ya. Like, as we're fucking.
What a corny song, by the way. Wait, okay, all right. If you could describe Jesse in 3 words, what would they be?
Okay, so I don't play D&D, but I think this is fitting. Chaotic good.
Aww.
Yeah. Or maybe chaotic evil, because sometimes you do some crazy things. No, I'm just kidding. Chaotic good and creative, because you're really creative with your the way you, not obviously you're doing this podcast, that's creative, but the things you say to me to describe people, it's very creative.
Wait. How has Jesse described me?
No, she says you're amazing.
Yeah.
That's not creative.
No. What have I said? What did I say? What did I say
when
recently?
I was talking about this, going to see Wuthering Heights.
The Punani puddle.
Yeah. I was like,
I
she
was like,
said something about us, because I was like, I'm going to go see it in Berkeley. She was like, oh, good. They have a Swifter sweeper. So you can
I was like,
clean
oh,
up.
good. They have a budget for a Swiffer to clean up the Punani puddles on the seats.
I was like, that's very creative. I would have never thought of that.
I love how like someone told you like a very horny, very vile thing, and you're just like, "Mommy's little creative princess,
Yes.
Mommy's little innovator."
She's always been my number one supporter.
Yeah.
How many punani puns do you got, girl?
Many.
Oh, I know. I don't know why I asked that. Okay. What is the craziest place that you two have ended up together?
Oh, well, it's not a crazy place, but there was one time she talked about this on the last episode with your ex. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I met. This is after they broke up. It was 420, and me and Jesse were close friends at the time, but I didn't know how
Mentally
chaotic
ill
you
I was.
were.
Yeah.
I thought you were still fairly normal, but she had saw her ex like walking after class, and we get in the car. She starts hysterically crying. I'm confused. She goes in the trunk, takes a fat bong.
A fat bong?
Yeah, bong rip. I had the bong in the trunk. So I brought it out in the car, and I just was like, I'm not doing okay.
I was scared.
Do you have something about Jesse that isn't a literal crime?
Not really.
You want to do one
question.
advice? Okay, you want to do one? Okay.
One advice question.
All right, great.
Okay. Hey, firstly, I just want to say I love the podcast. Thank you. We love you too. And I'm listening to the podcast. And listening to the podcast is such a comfort. And as it is nice to hear people with like minds dealing with similar feelings. Love that.
Yay.
I am scared just typing this, but I am starting to question my sexuality at 32 and that I may be bisexual. Not to bring up fiction, but in Heated Rivalry, when Shane said, I really tried to make it stop, it really hit a chord with me. I have had these lingering feelings in the back of my head that I might like both, but keep trying to tell/talk myself out of it. Without going into too much detail, I already feel like a big disappointment to my family and having a career and
Not having a career.
not having a career like my older sibling, etc., and having 3 degrees and not seemingly using any of them. I am scared to tell my family and friends as I feel they won't accept me. My parents seem to be getting more and more conservative. I don't know who I can talk to about these feelings, and I feel like I'm getting more depressed. Any suggestions?
Well, hello. First of all, hi. Welcome to Gay Town. On your first day, we give you
Poppers.
I do have a popper story, but it's going to be a different podcast
Okay.
episode. Okay. You are, I'm going to say this right now, you're in the worst part of it. This is the worst part of it. I think that we spend a lot of time, myself included, trying to create versions of ourselves that are palatable to other people. I think that we, because in our endless desire to be loved and appreciated and accepted, we sort of are endlessly creating, a Canva presentation version of what it is we think that they want to see and hear from us as people. And I'm telling you this right now, you are Schrodinger's disappointment. it's like you think that if you don't open the box, you won't be disappointing. And I'm telling you that like you probably, this is the heartbreaking part. You will have to deal with a disappointment at some point. You will have to deal with it. Whether or not it determines the happiness in your life is a different question altogether. You don't owe them your happiness. You don't owe them your life satisfaction. And the thing is like what you need to find is a community. And there are lots of ways to do that. You can do it online. You can do it in person. You can, I mean, I would never tell anyone to join a sports league, but like, you know, like there are lots of ways to start, to join a community. Go to queer events, go to queer spaces, go to queer comedy shows, go to drag shows, like just go to things. Or if you don't want to go to things, you know, join a Discord, like join, like just, you
also,
know.
as we've said before, diversify your feed. Find creators who also have come out later in life and who are talking about their experiences so that you can kind of find a semblance of baseline. I think that like we talk about this a lot, but like there are many creators online who talk about coming out later on in life. Find those communities and follow those creators because you'll see, I'm sure in those comments, you will see other people dealing with the same issues as you, and it will help lessen the feelings of isolation and that I'm different, alone, because you are not the only one who feels this way. And there are people out there that will understand and appreciate that IRL and online. Yeah, like that and like I forgot what I was gonna say. I was listening to you and I was like, yeah, she's right. And then like my thoughts just went, boo. Okay. Also, like this is also a process. Like I came out of the closet and then I kind of went back in for a little while. And then I came out again. But like the closet is not linear.
The closet is not linear. It's like it is. Unfortunately, the door does not disappear once you go out of it. No. It is still there. So it might take a second. It might take some time. You already know the hard part. The first person you always have to come out to is yourself. And then once you come out to yourself, everyone else is much easier. I cannot stop your parents from being disappointed in you, and neither can you. But like, they're wanting to love you and be a part of your life. That's their choice. And that's a choice that like they honestly are going to have to make in their own time. And it might take them a second and they might not, you know, they might give you shit and they might hassle you. But the thing is like, I wouldn't worry so much about like having their approval as building a support system for yourself where their approval is less of a factor. Because if their approval is going to be the thing keeping you from being happy, from living your best life, from being who you are, that's not a life that you want to live.
And also no shade to your parents, but kind of what a moral failing if they do turn away their child living their most authentic self. It is a moral failing. It's a moral failing on their part. Yeah. So what these people would rather not know who their child really is. Yes. These people kind of shitty. Yeah. These people would rather have like an airbrushed version of like what it is. Like you do not owe your parents a fake version of who you are. That part. You don't. And anyone who tells you that you owe your family a fake version of who you are is not in your corner, does not love you, does not have your best interest at heart. Especially because we're not talking about like, it's not like you came to me being like, I really want to hit myself with hammers. Is that okay? Like you're not. I really want to start looksmaxxing. Like it's like you're coming to me with the completely human, completely like normal, regular occurrence of realizing you're a queer person and wanting to live your most authentic life. Okay, it's only up from here. And if your parents can't see that that's only up, then like they don't deserve to be a part of your happiness. They don't deserve to be a part of your joy. There is so much joy out there for you. I can't stress enough how much happier I was when I started dating women. Men, and just, I don't know what it is about me, but men are just like really weird in my general direction. Like oh my God. Well, this is a story about Kristin. So I had sex with a woman where like, I think like when we were having sex, I was just like, oh, is it okay if we use like a vibrator? I know that like some people feel weird about, you know, using toys. And she was just like, this is gay sex. What do you mean? Why would anyone be weird about that? Yeah. And I was like, well, it's because I was used to having sex with men who feel insecure and threatened and weird about it. And it's like, I'm just saying like, there's a whole world of discoveries and joy out there for you. And all you have to do is be open to it. And it's going to require maybe closing a door
with a room full of people who are not going to be there for you, but that's not worth it. It's not worth, you are not preserving anything worth preserving.
And it's also too, like, to give yourself a shift a little bit in like the mindset, because I know the depression stuff can be really, really hard, but like, it's almost like loving yourself and being selfish enough to put the love of your own happiness above your family, which is really hard.
Yeah.
And something that like feels very counterintuitive, but like knowing that you deserve a shot at a true life of living in your own truth and your own skin where you feel happy, and that being worth more than your family's happiness.
Yeah.
And that's a really hard, incongruous thought to have, but you do deserve that. You deserve that level of happiness, regardless of what the microplastics are telling you.
Exactly. Like, let me take you by the chin and gently tell you, at least you're not Ned Fulmer.
And that's the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast. I keep saying Patreon. We gotta start a Patreon.
I know, right?
Saying tell your friends about the podcast. It's the #1 way podcasts get around. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Night School Pod. Turn on those notifications so you get reminded every time that we post a new episode. Kristin, go ahead and plug.
Hi, I'm on stand-up tour. You can see all of my dates at KristinChirico.com. Also, my mailing list is there. That is how I know where to go. Sign up for the mailing list, or else I can't come to your city. I love you.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.